from here, I want to focus on some bigger changes that really came while a lot of us were cozied up next to the Christmas tree or getting ready for New Year's. Right around that time, Congress got together and they passed their year-end spending bill. And when they did that, they put a lot of provisions in there that affected retirement planning in general. So these are going to be forward-looking provisions that can affect certain people more than others. But we'll kind of cover I wanted to highlight the big ones because it's called Secure 2.0, because if you remember in 2019, at the end of that year, we had Secure 1.0 passed, and there were about 12 retirement planning provisions that were changed. This bill had over 100. So there's a lot of things that I'm not listing here today that you will probably hear come up in meetings. If you're having planning conversations, you will start to hear from some of these. So I'll start with the highlights. So if you were turning 72 this year in 2023, you are most likely expecting to begin your required minimum distributions for the year. Because that bill passed, you no longer are required to take that income. So that may affect things down the road, but they're also pushing it out in 10 years, starting in 2033, the RMD age is actually going to be pushed to 75. So you're getting an extra year now. It gets bumped out an extra 2 years in 10 years. So little weird strategies like that will help. But if you were expecting to take an RMD this year and you were kind of mentally planning for that income and possibly did the research on how that's going to affect Medicare premiums and other things like that are income driven, we may have some strategies, and I'll touch on that from a tax planning standpoint that we might want to consider you talk with your advisor about. So that's kind of the RMD rules. That was the big piece that Secure 2.0 put out there. The other one is catch-up contribution. So I mentioned that $1,000 if you are age 50 or over will be indexed for inflation starting next year in 2024. And then one that was added here is for 401ks and 403bs, if you are the ages starting in 2025, if you are ages 60 to 63, you'll get an additional special catch-up contribution of up to $10,000. Now that's going to be income driven again, where if you had made over the number is 145,000 in the previous year, that actually all has to go. You can still make the contribution, but it has to be made to Roth, a Roth designated account within the retirement plan itself. So again, we have a couple more years to prepare for that, but something I wanted to highlight as a lot of pre-retirees are looking for ways to put money away. This is going to be an option, especially if you're collecting a paycheck and have it come out from that piece. The last one that I'll touch on, we had a lot of clients last year make qualified charitable charitable distributions. And really there was a limit around that. And it was $100,000. And so if you had an RMD, again, going back to that, if you had an RMD that was roughly $100,000, you could give all that away to charity and write the income off from that piece. So they doubled that amount. So some folks will be able to put more away into give more away to charity and reducing their taxable income for the year. So those are the three main pieces that I wanted to cover. But again, there's a lot of changes that may affect you that will come up in conversations down the road.